So
that's the thing. The fucking
Yeah.
pamphlet of warnings and side effects and shit is
You
literally
could use it as a blanket.
Yeah, no, it is literally
I
you
love
could
to
make a tent
snuggle
out
up
of that
in
shit.
my. I love to snuggle up in my birth control side effects blanket. It's so nice.
In my
It's
fucking warning
warm and
pamphlet.
long and huge, and the font is so tiny. Like it's insane.
I know.
It's insane
it's
how
crazy.
big that thing is.
It's like it's
Oh my
comical.
God.
It's actually
It
comical.
feels like a dictionary. If someone's like, "Ooh, I bet you guys have." Well, let me guess the side effect. Weight gain. Oh yeah, it's under there. It's
Yeah.
fucking alphabetically organized.
You can
It's
just
insane.
list any side effect that has ever existed. It's on
Yeah.
there.
And there's stuff that completely contradicts each other. I was talking to my doctor, and she was like,
Yes.
"Yeah, so you can get weight gain, or you could get severely underweight, or you could have headaches, or you could get rid of the headaches, or you could be super, super, sexually active.
You can have
or you could
insomnia
boost your
or
libido.
fucking. You can have hyposomnia or hypersomnia.
What the fuck?
You can kill yourself,
So
or you
Yeah,
don't
dude.
want to
Or
kill
you
yourself.
might feel
This-
really, really great.
And I
This-
was like, dude, the first night I took it, okay, I won't say this in front of the dudes because that is too much. But
Yeah, no, my doctor
Like,
recommended
it's-
birth control for PMDD, and I
do you have the emotional
had to
part of
take a
PMDD
second.
or like the physical pain side of PMDD?
I have both, more on the emotional side, more on the
Okay, same.
I suddenly feel like I really
Every
really
week you
want to
want to
die.
kill yourself. Exactly.
Suddenly,
Bro, I have
all of the
no
sudden,
one to talk to about that.
I am the ugliest person
all
I've
of
ever
the
seen in my
sudden.
life. Everything is wrong. I'm not.
I'm
the,
so
I'm
glad
not,
I made you two
everything's
meat,
wrong.
to be honest.
I
Oh my
need to
God.
die
And then,
immediately.
and then I want
Everyone's
to
pissing
kill
me
every man
off.
I talk to.
Yes, yes.
I
Not
literally
only do
want-
I want to die, but
the
I want
amount
to
of
take everyone
times
else
I-
with me.
I literally there's a last. Do you guys remember how like last week and a half I didn't talk to anyone? I kind of didn't really join anyone, or I didn't text back for a bit, and it was kind of concerning. I had a really weird
Your
day.
social
Yeah,
battery
I was
is down.
I was on my period for 3 weeks, so
Ew.
that was lovely. No bleeding though, which was
That's the fucking worst part. That's
yeah.
the worst part.
So it was just I was immobile on the couch, sobbing, bedbound, because if I got up, I would have got a knife. Like it was so bad. And then like the next
Literally.
day, I was like, oh, that was dramatic. Like what the
And
fuck?
that's the word. That's the best part. Is
Yeah.
like, either it goes away or you start bleeding, and you're like, oh yeah, well this makes sense.
Yeah, no.
All right, I'm fine
Like
now.
how
I'm good.
was the most joyous and simple part the pads and the tampons? Like how was that the
Literally.
simplest part for me?
Like I've never
Like,
been so excited
I
to get cotton up myself, bro.
I know, because I know when it
It's
starts.
like the sweet release.
The what was it? The something period before you actually start like your cycle, your lining starts shedding. You actually feel like for me, I don't know if this is for you. The first 2 days before my period, I wanted to kill myself. Like the
Yeah,
worst.
no, absolutely.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
genuinely, I remember like my period's so fucking irregular, but last time anyway, I was on the phone with my friend,
So
and I
Alex,
was
stop
like,
recording.
all of the sudden, I was like, oh, I hate myself actually, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm actually tweaking. Like I feel like I've been possessed. Like I'm a feral fucking animal. I want to claw my own fucking skin
Oh
off.
my
out of
God,
nowhere.
yeah.
2 days later,
Out
I
of
start bleeding.
nowhere.
I'm like, oh, I figured it out, guys.
Yeah, that's
Sorry.
why. I
I'm
hit
fine
my
now.
head. Like I'm in a commercial. Oh my God, that's it.
Yeah.
Like, but
Well,
then
and the worst
I get,
part
I
is
get happy
because
I
I'm
know that like
so-
the emotional worst is over.
Yes, that is the nice part. But it sucks because I'm so irregular that like when because
Oh
it
my God,
used to be regular, so I used to be able to be like, yes, on these 3 days of the month, if anyone, I'm just gonna lock myself in my room. Actually, no one talk to me. But now it's so irregular that it's just like suddenly I'm feeling this way, and I don't know if
Exactly.
it's my period. So as far as I'm
You
concerned,
don't know
this
when
is
to
the new me.
self-isolate. You don't know when to
Yeah.
self-isolate or protect, or you don't know if someone's just really being annoying. Like you
Exactly.
if it's me
Well,
or
that's the
them.
thing is, I can't tell. My body's not gonna tell me. Oh, by the way, you're extra hormonal. This is not how you actually feel about a thing. So I just
There's
really hate
no
everyone.
notification.
Suddenly, everyone really pisses
the notification is the blood. Like
Yeah.
other than that,
me off. The
like
notification takes
oh
2 to
my
3
God.
business days to reach me.
yeah, exactly. Like the amount of Jordy, the amount of times I've literally like, oh yeah, guys, I'm gonna go to bed. I didn't go to bed. I couldn't stand hearing their voices anymore because I wanted to kill them.
Bro, I have
couldn't.
ended friendships. I have almost ended myself. I have cut off people who I've known for so long, and then come back like a week
Because they
later and be like,
pissed you off.
hey,
Yeah, no, like,
sorry.
and then
I
like
remember-
the audacity of being like, oh, just because you're in your period, that's not fair. I'm like, it may not be fair to you, but I have the right to kill you, and you can't blame me right now.
Yeah,
you can't blame
it's also
me. If
not
I
fair
kill
to
you,
me.
you
I
can't
don't
blame
like how
me.
I'm feeling right now.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever
It's not
had?
fair.
I only ever got this one time, but I was in a relationship and PMDD kicked in, and
Mhm.
I have never wanted to kill another human person more in my life.
Oh my god. I
Suddenly, like, I
like.
loved
Oh
this
my
man to death,
god.
and suddenly I have never been more repulsed by a human being.
And it's so, and like you get sexually repulsed, which is awful because it just
Yes,
ruins things. It ruins things. Like
correct.
if you find,
Well, and I
or if
feel like
someone
I'm a
flirts with you
monster.
that you usually have like a regular flirty
Yeah.
relationship with, then all of a sudden you're like, how dare you fucking flirt with me? You're actually disgusting.
Yes.
Like and then I feel bad because then the next week I'm like, oh, huh, you're cute too. Like that's what I
Yeah,
meant to say at the
exactly.
time.
Yeah.
But
What I
oh
meant
god,
to say actually.
kill yourself. Sorry, you're cute too. That's what I meant to say. Like oh my
Sorry,
god,
guys. The
but this
fucking
is so.
parasite.
Dude,
No,
this
it's
is so
okay.
good to
No,
talk
you
about
guys are
because I haven't
good.
talked
Like,
to anyone about
great.
Like,
PMDD. Like I
no, it's
feel
It's
okay.
kind of
lovely. I
letting it
feel
slip
like
with these guys. I feel so much better.
I
Like
feel brand new. I feel clean.
I with
Oh, like
these
me and Damon
guys,
are
I
just passing each
mentioned
other
it.
popcorn.
With Thicken, I kind of like I don't think Thicken has PMDD. She's mentioned like, oh yeah, I get it. Honey, it's the worst. But I didn't feel like it was something I could just throw on her. And then with these guys, I literally they Googled PMDD.
They are
That's what
men.
happened. They are men, and I said, yeah, guys, I'm just going through PMDD, and then Kelly's like, what? And I said, Google it,
Hey,
and then
I
they
knew
did
what it
that Google
was.
thing. You okay? Well,
Well,
I
the
don't think you
worst
were there
part
at the
for me
time.
is like
Yeah, I
I
think it
was
was at
Well,
doing
work.
no, I
really
think you
before my
you messaged
PMDD.
it inside the thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
What were you saying, Jordy?
Um, the worst thing is it started in a really weird time in my life where I had just gotten my mental health under wraps and I was like
Oh
not wanting to kill
Oh.
no.
myself all the time, and then all of a
Yeah.
sudden it all came back and I was like, oh, okay, so I just all of that work just didn't matter.
Yeah,
And then
it's
3 days went
so
by and I was like,
unfair.
oh, just kidding, I guess.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah,
took
it's the
like two
worst.
or three times of that happening before I was like, okay, something's up.
Something's up because the thing is, right? It's actually no one talks about the part before you know you have something wrong
Yeah.
and how insane you feel because there's actually a lot of time between periods. Like it's again every month, right? So it is not a quick pattern to recognize. In
Yes.
fact, other circumstances are also relevant. Did something bad happen that week? Did I eat something wrong? Was
Well,
I
and that's
sick?
the other
Was I
thing is like
sensitive? Oh, like
when you, yeah, the first few times you're like, okay, well, maybe it was just weird. Maybe my diet wasn't great and now my hormones are extra fucked up. Or like
Mhm.
all these other things. Or maybe that person just really was irritating for those 2 days.
Mhm.
I don't know. Um,
Yeah.
so, like, I had done all this work, gotten so much better mentally. I hadn't thought
Shoot.
about killing myself in
Oh,
so
that's
long.
the
And then suddenly
worst.
it all fucking floods back. And and now compacted on top of the PMDD, I'm feeling like I failed because I just did all this work. I was feeling so great, and now it's all
No,
back.
yeah,
What
that's
did
so
I do wrong?
bad. Oh my
And
god,
like
dude.
3 times, I think that happened before I was like, okay, this has to be like something's
Yeah.
fishy.
Something. The same thing happened to me, but also like, it's also just you feel so horrible because that's not how periods were for me when I hit puberty, and then after that it wasn't.
Yeah,
It
same.
was not like
It
that.
wasn't
Why
like
is
that
it?
for a
Why are
really long
periods
time.
suddenly changing?
That started when I was like
I've gotten so
17,
used. I feel like a
18.
kid again. I
Yeah.
feel like a kid again. I'm scared and confused. Like, why the fuck is this happening? I gotten used to this stuff, right? Don't
Well, that's
change
the
it. Don't
thing,
switch it
like-
up on me.
It would have been so different if it was just always like that, because I
Yeah.
would have figured it out. But it's like my periods used to be a fucking breeze. Regular, like to the day regular, 0 cramps.
Mhm.
I would have like
Oh,
4 or 5 days, and then I'd move on with my life.
that's lucky.
That is how it used to be for the longest time. And then I
That
got
must
a
have
really
been
bad
such,
eating
like, so
disorder.
hard to. Yeah. Oh, okay.
And-
Then that's gotta.
Yeah, so that fucked everything
That
up.
ruins your
I
hormones.
didn't get my period for like months and months and months and months. And then finally when I started getting it again,
It would have been
it was
awful then.
yeah, it was so irregular,
Yeah.
and it was like I'd have a period at the start of the month 3 days, and then end of the month I'd have another 2 days, just
Oh my god.
because for some reason. And so I think that just really fucked everything up. PMDD happened shortly after that. Periods have never been regular since then.
Yeah,
Just
like
wraps.
deep hormonal changes in like your metabolic rates can like permanently affect your way of like your
Yeah.
cycle. But like I remember, I had something similar. I wouldn't say it was like anorexia, but I like completely fucked up my metabolic rate, and I was 12 years old, and it was awful because I was still, at that age, you had your period for a couple moons, but you're getting used to it.
You still don't
Yeah,
really
you're
know
a kid.
what's
I
going
was a
on.
kid, and then I remember talking to my doctor, and she was like, "So, baby, how long have you had your period?" And I said, 2 months. She said, "What?" I said, "I've had my period for 2 months. I've been bleeding for 2 months." She goes, "What?" I was immediately hospitalized. They were like, they're not supposed to. No, you're not.
That ain't supposed to
How
be
many
how that
vaginas
is.
do you have? How many vaginas do you have, child? And I'm like, it's just one really bad one.
Just the
really
one I
bad.
know
Fucking
of.
mutant
Anyway.
are you?
Yeah, I mean, there is someone that I know personally that had 2 uteruses and 2 vaginas. So
Yeah.
she bled twice, had 2 periods, got pregnant
Were they
double
at the
twice, had to
same time?
terminate both. It was so bad. Like, oh yeah, contraceptives don't work. Poor thing. Like, birth control doesn't work, hormone control doesn't work.
I've heard a lot of people
fucking-
like that have that too only find out when they get pregnant and then get pregnant again.
It's so bad. Yeah, no, like. And then what was it that the silent pregnancies, the ghost pregnancies,
Cryptic
when you don't know
pregnancy.
because
I was
yeah, I was gonna
ranting
gonna
and
say 'cause I was
raving
gonna-
about
I didn't
cryptic
wanna say
pregnancy to one of my
crypto
friends because
pregnancy.
Pregnancy?
he
What
didn't
is
know
that?
anything. So it's a pregnancy that you get pregnant and you don't show. Usually
You
if
don't
your
know.
uterus is tilted or placed more towards your spine, you won't get like a baby bump, if you will, until like don't know they're pregnant until they're in labor.
You're in labor. Yeah, it's
Damn.
awful.
Oh, jeez. It
It's
hides it
really-
that
Imagine
well?
one
Yeah.
day. Yeah, imagine one
Damien,
day.
I'll send you
you're
pictures.
just-
I put a
It's
whole
so
fucking slideshow
awful.
together when I was
That
talking about this
is-
before because it's
God,
so
that's
interesting to me.
scary.
It is so terrifying because one day, and imagine this with young girls. Like, I'm saying maybe someone who started being sexually active at a very young age, like a small
Oh,
girl,
like a
like
high
a
schooler
14, 15 year
kinda
old
shit?
girl out there, right now. This has happened. This is a real case. She was 14, okay? And she was just experiencing school. She was the worst thing she did at the time that I read was vape, which is still bad in pregnancy, but that's not fair because she
Yeah.
didn't know. She was like in pain. The doctor scanned her and said, "You're fine. It's probably just a period," but she wasn't having a period. But she was having fake periods. She was getting periods while being pregnant. How the fuck does that happen? It happened anyway.
Fake?
So, yeah, so
Huh.
that can happen. And then in the middle of school, she just dropped down and gave birth to a baby. She is 14. And I'm like, this is fucking insane. This
Well,
is
and then
so.
because you
she had
don't know
no
until the end, you
idea.
can't terminate the pregnancy because you,
You
don't
can't
know there is
terminate it.
one. You don't know
Yeah,
there's
no.
But not like you
pregnancy to
can now
terminate.
anyway in that country. So.
Well, and that's why that shit with lawmakers pisses me off so much because not everyone gets the privilege of knowing that early. You have to pay for that health care. You have to be able to afford to know that early. That is a fucking luxury.
Yeah. It's a luxury. It's a privilege to know that stuff. And like, I can't say the Australian healthcare system for women is much better, but there's a lot of like compensations that America doesn't make, and also free compensations because we have health. Yeah, what's up?
Did she have like a cervical irritation or something like that?
The girl with the cryptic pregnancy.
Crypto pregnancy.
She gave birth to Doge. No,
She gave birth to Bitcoin. And no, she had a tilted cervix.
Jesus.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Kinda
Which
fucking
basically
crazy.
means that the baby was literally alien style wrapped up in her organs like a fucking play gym and was holding
Oh.
onto her spine practically in the back.
Jesus.
Feel your lower back with your hand. That's where the baby is. So how terrifying is that, isn't it? And yeah, it was just awful. And she was in training bras. How fucking sad. I can't believe that. And then they still
And the
refused.
ACG levels horrible.
It's just, I don't know. I guess I'm just.
That's just a lot.
I
Poor girl.
mentioned
Fuck.
the only girls. Yeah, I felt so bad. It was heartbreaking, and like the fact that this is the girl that I know that was born with. The reason I actually know this about her is because I was having a debate about like intersex people, and just like we're not getting into this now, but like whether or not they belong in like the LGBTQ, because like if that was the case, do like people with dwarfism or people with other physical disabilities, but they do because that it affects their chromosomes and their gender and their sex on a biological level. So against their choice, they are gender fluid, which is why they are forced to be in the LGBTQ, and that's not fair, but it's the correct, for many
Correct.
years I thought it didn't make sense. And I was like, yeah, so I don't know if someone was born with like just any genitalia mutation, does that mean that they're falling under, and she came through. And she explained, hey, I have 2 pussies. She said it. I said, I have 2 pussies and I have 2 uteruses. And she's a confident girl.
Why'd you
So
say it like
she
that?
and that's what she said it like. she's Asian, so she's I want to be ninja. That's what she sounded like.
Um,
I'm Asian too. She literally makes that joke all the time. By the way, I'm quoting her making the joke, not her accent. But then she went into depth about saying that she doesn't consider herself to be intersex, but having that much estrogen literally makes her into the reason she can't get pregnant is also because the amount of breast milk that she would pump would make her tits hit her belly button. That's how big they would get. It is insane how much female bodies betray themselves randomly and how that's not medically recognized as an issue or how there's not very medical compensations for that or checking if someone has that before it gets to a dire situation. Like, oh my god, the amount of like, uh, 1 month like appointments with a doctor that women wait like so long to get, and they finally have it, and all they hear is, "Did you drink water? If you're sad,
Or it's
stop that.
anxiety.
It's
Or lose weight.
anxiety. This is typical with periods, so this is typical."
Or yell
Your hormone, you just might be having a hormone imbalance. I'm like, that is the problem. That is worth looking into. Any hormone imbalances are indicative of whether underlying issues. What do you mean? I'm just feeling hormonal. That is the issue. Oh. Anyway, so this is
wouldn't do
completely
any
new
like
territory
blood
for me.
work or X-rays to examine like what is causing it?
I
Wouldn't
would love
X-rays
to.
pop up the two uteruses for checkups?
Um,
That seems like a real
Well,
big
no, if
oversight.
you're because the only way that
no,
would
I'm
pop
saying
up
she
is if
knew.
you're
She
doing.
knew.
Oh,
That girl knew. This isn't the one with the cryptic
oh,
pregnancies. This is my personal friend who has 2 vaginas and 2 uteruses. That's not something even as a
okay.
child who has never seen another vagina won't notice as a child, especially when you're a mother and you're cleaning her, right? And like you're wiping her bum bum and you're like, hang on a minute, why is there 5 holes? That's not right.
There's too many.
Oh. That's
That's kind of crazy though. That's still fucking crazy.
yeah, that was a wild thing to fucking go through.
Let me try and invite Jordy. Where is Bubbo? There he is.
I invited both of them, but I'm like getting overwhelmed with. I think me and her both needed to to go off initially, but
It's like, and me and David were just here like, yes, very interesting.
Well, I'm used to these kind of conversations. Like majority of my family is a lot of women, so
And plus, it's always good to learn.
used to it.
is she not gonna join?
She says she crashed.
Oh, she crashed.
Oh, damn. So the whole
that
thing.
But yeah, I mean, it's really important that my friends know what I'm
Bello
going through,
says
but it just
invite.
feels I'm inviting him, but I guess he's not getting it.
Let me try to invite into
Try.
Xbox. Maybe that works. It's not letting me. Okay, great. Let me try to this. Never mind. He's already in.
Oh, he's in.
I think I was able to send it to him.
And Jordy's crashed, so we're waiting for her. But I think when
Yeah.
she gets back, we'll just wrap up the combo, because it might be late for her too. I think she's out bad.
Mm-hmm.
What time is that? It's actually not that late. It is really great because, like, I mentioned it briefly, and, like, it's not like I expected you guys to just go on a fucking researching rant, but it is really important that you guys know what's going on because it is new to me. Like, this is literally a week fresh. I'm a couple weeks fresh into knowing this about myself, and it's gonna completely change my personality. Not just, this isn't just so when I'm on my period, I'm upset thing. This is every month you could lose me, and that's the scariest thing. I
No, it's okay.
need to be
it's
open
better,
about
better
that.
better to know. Knowing is half the battle.
Well, I say again, we'd much rather know than to be left in the dark.
I
The
mean,
thing is,
yeah.
Yumi, I just want you to know, like, the level of care that we have for you, that we actually go out of our way to research these things, to know what you're going through. Because certain people that don't know what you're going through, if they didn't care, they wouldn't, do their research on what you're going through. Me, I have some idea of what you're going through because I'm raised with women, so that they teach me these things, right? But like with Alex, Damien, Kelby, what's his name? Rudy. You know, and even me, because there's still some things that I don't even know. You know, we search it because we care and we want you to know that.
But they
You know,
didn't. But none of them have. What are you talking about?
Oh,
None of
no,
them.
quick thing.
no.
Yumi, can you try to
Well, I
invite
mean,
Jordy?
this
She's not
is
getting
very
invites right
Okay.
now.
recent, so
I said that like almost 2 weeks ago, and I asked you guys
Oh,
to
I was
read
talking
out the
about the
list of symptoms.
other thing.
What other thing?
When you were messaging in the group chat,
Yeah, that's
missing
what I'm
them.
talking about. That's PMDD. That's what I
Yeah,
asked you
we'll
guys to
what's his
research on,
screenshot
face?
and
of
none of
that.
you did it.
Well, Kobe did.
Yeah, Calvi was the only one that did that, actually. He also messaged me privately, and for the first time, I actually vented, which is crazy. I've never done that to any of you guys before. But he was there, which was nice.
Oh, that's good.
And like my period is insane that it made me hate you guys for about a week. It was so bad. But yeah, so it doesn't really affect how I am when I am like menstruating. It also does like when I'm not. And I was like debating with myself whether or not this is conversation worthy of like having with you guys because it's like it's a period. What more do you guys want to know about that? But it is like I'm still learning that. I'm still learning if this is something really, really bad. Uh, and I'm seeing like if my physical health and emotional health can withstand like the new medicine I'm on because it's a long trial and error and I felt unbearably. I threw up like a couple times today and yesterday and the day before because of the medication.
Mm.
And I'm going to be throwing up daily for a couple months because apparently I just have to get used to it because it's just going to be like that. And it's insane how they this is the best they have to offer for women. And like they said, you gotta wait to get used to it. And I'm like, there's a period. Okay, it's like like a week of puking. They're like, no, a couple months, maybe like 4. And I take this medication every single day, and it's insane. The days I can't take it is the days that they give me sugar pills because they're also on the schedule for like they're basically placebos to get my body used to it. Because if I don't take anything in the same shape with the same scent as that thing, my body will cave in on itself because it thinks I'm starving it of hormones, which is insane. So I can't even cut cold turkey on this thing either. So I'm in for it. Like you take it once and you're puking for months, and it's insane. I can't eat, I can't sleep. This entire past couple of weeks, I've been just editing and trying to keep myself alive. But I don't know if I can, like, just not talk about it with you guys anymore. I've been trying to just pretend like it's not happening, but it is so bad that, like, every time I'm talking to you guys, I'm like, huh, I thought I was gonna kill myself moments ago. And it's a lot easier to dismiss when you think like, oh yeah, girl on her period's like just feeling, oh she wants to die, oh, like it's getting more visualized, and
Mm.
it's bad. So that's, but I don't want to die. Like that's not where I am emotionally, but that's where I am hormonally, which is worse because then you can't pinpoint your actual mental state. As Jordy was saying, it's so inconsistent. Um, I invited her and see if that
Speaking of
works.
which, yeah, I was gonna say I didn't want to interrupt you.
Yeah, you're fine.
Um, to
Can you
answer
guys
that,
try too?
Yumi, with your period, yes, I want to know the size of your blood clots. All right, I want to.
Jesus.
All right, it's like from what my cousin tells me, she says that it's like giving birth to slugs.
I
It
don't get them,
hurts. You don't?
unfortunately, and that's bad. It's not. I should get them. It is regular for me to get them. I don't because my blood is too thin and it keeps bleeding out until I
Destin.
pass out.
Hold
So,
up.
yeah.
Jordy sent me an invite. I am gonna try to join
Okay,
her.
okay.
Maybe try to invite you guys. Sorry.
All right.
But you
Oh,
can invite me.
fuck.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a custom game. I'm gonna invite her.
Oh
All right.
my god.
Oh, I can't because who's it? Damien, you're the host.
I'm the host. Ah, fuck. I am the host. Okay, hold up. This is so messy. What the fuck?
It's okay. We're getting in a lot of effort, but we're really just gonna wrap things up. Make sure to enable match chat.
Yeah, well. Try to invite Jordy too.
I invited her to the custom. Okay,
Okay. Yes.
Oh, I
I
need to
go to
do that
match chat.
now.
You gotta enable it though.
Mhm.
Okay, that shit should be on.
Should we just go to team then?
Yeah, okay, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I put the aim training thing. So hopefully it should be working.
She's not here.
Oh lord.
There she
I
Oh, now
is.
she's here. Now she's
I
here.
don't know what happened, gamers.
The
We don't know
We got
either.
sent to the
dictator
fucking
inactive.
shadow realm.
The dictator, the server was like decided to be inactive, but then I think it just one of our Xbox players just got hit by the ether, so it was unfair. I was just telling them about how basically it got a little personal because I have like this is really relevant to me right now in this moment, like these past couple of weeks to me, because I literally just got diagnosed like a couple of weeks ago, and that was crazy to me because I didn't think I had it for like a couple months, and then I got medicated for it, and this past week I've kind of just been doing that thing where you don't know what the boundary is to tell your friends about your period, like you don't know how if it's relevant.
I just
You don't know if
just
it's, like,
keep
even
yapping
necessary.
until someone tells me to stop, basically.
Yeah, I think I just give up, actually. I don't care if they're annoyed or bothered
Same.
or don't understand. Cause
Like, listen, you're choosing to be my friend and actively speak to me. I'm gonna make it your problem.
Yeah, and this is a part of... This is changing our personalities, not when we're on our period only. Like, this is how us emotionally changes constantly.
Well, yeah,
I've
it is
been
relevant
such
to
a
you as a
different
person.
Yeah, so I went into a little bit of depth of like how I've been the past week because I've just not been talking about it, and I literally I thought that would be enough, but they're men, so it's not enough. That I told everyone in the group, yeah, I have PMDD, but like that doesn't really, they're men, so why would they Google it? Why would they
How
Google
does
it?
it work,
they just-
okay?
Well, and even if
No,
they
it's fine,
do,
and
like,
then
it's
you're not
still
gonna
not
be
the
at work.
same.
Yeah, Taken was the only one that was like, oh, okay, I understand. And she looked into it, and I was like, oh my god, this girl. And Kelby actually did that, believe it or not, that one. But yeah, so
A sweet
it is,
southern
like,
boy.
I'm put in a position
He's
where
such
I
a
have to go
character.
into the unnice and nitty-gritty details about the uncomfortable parts of what this disorder makes me do and makes me feel. Because I don't want to have to be the one to say it, but it is so important because, like, I think, yeah, like, people know vaguely about people with BPD. Like, you know, borderline personality disorder. You know,
Correct.
if a friend says that, then you know, because that's like a socially trained thing to understand, like at a very least. People know that more than they know PTSD. You know, if someone says, I have trauma with this, and you don't bring it up. But then you get to other things like PMDD. There's no like social pre-disclosed operation tactic to do when a woman says that and you're a guy and you were friends with her. You don't know what that implies. I'm telling you.
Well,
what that
and like
implies
I
now.
never learned about that
I
at all
never
until
learned
I found out I
about
had
that
it.
either,
And
yeah.
I was like, oh, okay.
Exactly. Great. Yeah, that's so lovely because no one tells you about it. I learned about endometriosis, which sounds terrifying, and I'm
Which
so
it
glad
would
I
have
don't
been
have
so nice to learn about PMDD because I think it would have made me feel less crazy when I first started having the
Mhm.
symptoms because I would have known what it was instead of just being like, oh, I guess I'm just broken.
it. Yeah, it's so bad. It's so ridiculous. I can't believe that so much stuff we're just led to figure out on our own.
Yeah.
Like,
Women's health is a fucking
God
joke in
forbid a
general.
testicle on a man looks slightly different. They're rushed to the doctor. like, what is this, a lump? Go check him out. Fondle my balls, doc. Like, that's what it is. And for me, I
Twist
just...
the cord, Doc. Please.
I cast
Testicular
testicular torsion!
Like flop it around like an extension.
But yeah, so I have been couch-ridden, unable to work. It's been the only thing that's kind of kept me going is the clips. So that's why I'm kind of like, hey, Alex, send that to me now. Like now, like right now, like now, like now, like in this moment now. And I'm like,
Ow,
that's because I'm
sure
like,
is.
I'm
Send it
literally
now.
I'm
gnawing on the bars
fiending.
of my enclosure. My eyes are twitching like a cartoon on like cartoon crackhead, like one's bigger than the other. And I'm just like, if I don't do this, then I'm gonna have nothing to distract myself with.
Well, that's the worst part too, like calling into work and shit for it. Like,
Oh my god, yeah. It makes you so
it
unable to do
sucks.
anything.
It sucks so hard. Cause it's like physically I'm more or less okay.
Yeah,
I
I'm like, I'm
cannot
able,
be
but
around other
emotionally I'm
humans.
not. And it's so stupid as well because like, how do I explain this? It's a lot. Okay, things that emotionally disable you from doing things are visually recognized when it reaches a point of like, you know, body reactions. Like when you're crying, that's when people take your emotional health seriously. If you're having a panic attack, if tears are streaming down your face, then the I can't do work because I'm feeling sad actually affects and matters to people that aren't in your head. But when you're in PMDD and not everything is displayed outwardly, you're feeling like you're crying, but you're not crying, which is the craziest thing to me. I constantly feel like I'm crying when I'm like that, but there's no tears streaming down my face until it is. And that's when I'm like, oh, someone asks me, can you send me this? Can you write this email? Can you do this graph? And I'm like, I can't. I don't know why I can't, but I cannot. I don't want to. I just really don't want to. And that's
Yeah,
not,
I am
I can't
just
get away
incapable.
with, I just don't wanna. I don't wanna. That's the honest truth, but it's the only time that that should be taken seriously. Because it's the first time, in any time in my life, oh, CJ, that I'm like, if I don't wanna do something, I'm gonna kill myself and I have to do it.
Yeah.
That's, it doesn't matter what it is, but if you make me feel like I have to do it, then I'm gonna kill myself.
It's just, it's
it
like,
makes no
it's
sense.
impossible to call into work as, sorry, I'm a woman. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
Can't come in
And they're like,
today,
oh, you say you're on your
have 2
period,
X
and I'm feeling
chromosomes.
bad. Socially, people are just like, you're on your period? Really? Everyone else, like, every other woman gets that. I'm like, I know, but like, you gotta, it's so different for everyone else. That's so unfair. Oh my god. I'm just, anyway. And like, I explained, you know why I screamed at the top of my lungs? I didn't mention it, but it was because of like a giant fucking I have never screamed that loud. Like my entire life. I had such a fucking loud breakdown that I had neighbors knock on my door. That's how loud it was. I was screaming in a pillow and my voice gave out and I wasn't able to talk for about like 42 hours the other couple days because of that issue. That's why it's funny because Alex, Damien, or Bevo, did you see that story I posted on Umatics where I did the little pop up like thing,
Yeah.
the
Yes.
little drawing?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, that
Yep,
thing. And that was a joke I made because that was literally the only noise I could make with my mouth for 42 hours.
Oh.
And that's not even vocal cord, that's just pop sound. So when my mother and someone was calling me, my voice was so hoarse that I was just like, do you want key? 1 pop for yes, 2 pops for no. Dude, that's how sad it was. Like, I couldn't, like, because I was screaming, I had to, I was threatened to call the police because they were gonna mobilize me. And then the next day I was like, that was dramatic. But, you know, I couldn't say that.
That
because
was
I couldn't
weird.
speak, I was thinking that. That was dramatic. So, like, there's just, there's more stuff that I'm not saying, and I don't want to say that because that's personal stuff.
Like,
But,
it feels like
it
I've
doesn't
become a
seem
different person.
Exactly. I
That's
don't
the worst
feel like
part. Like, I
me.
don't feel like me, and I don't feel like I'm in charge of the person that I became, like, that I am currently.
Exactly. It's so scary how much your personality switches and everything you pride yourself in being, every trait you like about yourself, you lose. Everything you've sworn. I'm a very how do I say this? I'm actually not an open person. I'm yapping a lot, but this is the only, for some reason I'm able to do this. But usually, like people, no one knows the date of my birthday. No one knows my last name. No one, and it's not just because they never asked. If they did ask, I would say no because I am an unusually private person. Like they don't know what I don't celebrate my birthday. They don't know what like certain my favorite color. Yeah, sure. But this is stuff for some reason. I just don't like sharing things. I'm a very private person, and when I'm struggling, I don't like anyone to know. Recently, I'm struggling, and I want everyone to know because I need them to know because it's gonna affect them directly, especially if we talk, and it affects them even if we don't talk because then we're not talking and they don't know why. And then I'm just sitting there like, it's because I either hate you or myself, and like it's. The only way to get certain people to understand that it's an issue is like when you say you're going through an emotional route where it makes you hate yourself. That's I'd say universally understandable and relatable. I'd say everyone goes through like insecure days or days of self-hatred or self-loathing. Like that's the worst I think everyone gets. You just hate yourself.
Yeah.
But what's not easy to understand when a friend tells you, because you don't take that so seriously actually. When someone says, "Yeah, I just really hate myself," because you're sitting there and you're like, you shouldn't hate yourself because you're a good person, and I know that, and you kind of immediately write off the severity of it. You just know that they're going through a really bad depressive episode. When I'm talking to a friend, and I'm saying I'm really depressed at the time, and they go, "Yeah," you're like, "You hate yourself," and I'm like, "No, I hate you." I actually hate you. I want you to die. And that's when they care. That's the only time where they actually go, what the fuck? That's not like you. I'm like, yeah, it's not
Yeah,
like me.
that's the
It's not
whole
like me to
point.
hate myself. That's the stuff. If that's not fair for you to be only caring about that stuff, it is not a cutesy, oh, someone tell her she's worth living and she's worth loving herself. It is problematic for the social, like, groups I have around me if I want someone I love to kill themselves.
Yeah.
That's how truly torturous that is. Can you guys imagine that? The person you love the most, one day you genuinely, I'm not even joking, you want them to die. How?
Yeah.
And then you're disgusted with
Yeah.
yourself.
Well, and then yeah, it
Can you
makes you
imagine
hate
how
yourself even
exhausting
more
that
because you're
is?
like, what the? How the
Yeah,
fuck can I think
exactly.
that? But you definitely think that.
It is so horrible, and that's the only way I get men to understand. I tell them, and they are empathetic to some degree. I'm like, I'm really struggling. I screamed, you know. I've been crying a lot, you know. I've just not been talking because I'm struggling. Yeah, yeah. And I told this. I was talking to this one dude. I said, I hate you, and he said, I don't like. Why? That's not like you. I said, I told you everything I'm going through. And I said, the same day I said I was crying about, like, hating myself, I said I hated you. And he goes, wait, why'd you hate me? I hated him in that moment too. He's like, what the fuck do you mean,
Oh,
why do
would've
I
crashed
hate
the
you?
fuck out.
I would have I did crash out. I literally screamed at him and then said, I'm not going to talk to you anymore.
Yeah,
Like,
no, that would have been it.
I mean, I'm proud of myself every time I remove myself from a situation that the worst part is when you actually have the right to be mad, and you would be mad usually if you weren't on your period, and then now that you are emotionally unstable, and someone gives you a reason, like says, haha, you're a whore, like, you're not going to be unreasonable for getting mad at someone calling you a whore. That's not what I would say I'm crashing out over, but I'm saying something as simple and rudimentary as that, when you are, you feel like you have the right to kill someone.
Yeah,
Like, you
no,
feel
it's like
entitled.
different amounts of rage. It's like I
No
could put you out
mercy.
of my misery right now, and I would be okay with that forever.
I would not care. I would not care. And like, it's just sometimes you gotta tell them the ugly, not romanticized part of like mental health issues, which is I genuinely don't like you in certain moments, and it is genuinely sad. Like, depression is I think everyone has been depressed once in their life, and even some of us have depression, but that's well more that's more greatly accepted than, you know, hating your friends. And that's not something that people know how to handle, but it feels like it's the only thing I can say to get shock value that people actually understand what the fuck is happening and how out of character this is. It's so scary to not be yourself. I am someone who prides myself in how emotionally restricted I am. And I say restricted as in like if anyone says, you can always vent to me, I'm like, I will never vent to you. I tell them that. I said, actually, I don't think I will ever do that. And this is why. And I'm proud of that because I have my own sources and systems and people that I can go to should I need to. I have professionals and people I pay for that. And all of a sudden, for the first time in like 2 decades, I'm like, I want to talk to someone that I know and just let them know how bad things are. And I never want to do that. I never ever want to drag someone else down with me, but for some reason I get that feeling, and it's so creepy because that's not who I am. And once I do that once, I can't get that reputation back. I can't get the person, the girl who handles shit on her own, and no one knows what the fuck is going on because she's better at handling it, and she doesn't bother other people with that bullshit. That girl was gone the moment I slipped once, and I've already slipped like 12 times this entire month. So that is why this shit has permanent effects on your social reputation, your self-image, like your mental stability going forward, even if your hormones start to like stabilize.
Well, and in general, like, you
I'm
do out of character shit, and then you have to deal with that once you're back in character. Like, it
Oh
doesn't
God,
just
it's
go away.
just-
Your actions don't just forgive themselves, and you have to deal with like I remember with my ex, loved him to death, and then this one week I was like, I want to strangle you in this fucking bed. And then you have to deal with that afterwards too, because like I don't know if you're the same, but I'm sure it's similar. Like I had to sit with myself and be like, how could I ever think something like that? And then you
It's so
like
awful.
hold that against yourself as if it's not just
But then
literally
you
the
can't
chemicals in
look at
your
them the
brain.
same, even after you look at them and all you think about is that feeling.
Yeah. Well, and then I couldn't look at him and not feel that I felt that, and then not feel like a monster for feeling that, and then all these other fucking things.
Yeah, that's awful. My
Luckily,
feelings
I've
are-
only had it with one person. So that's not a regular thing for me at least, but still, like, it was awful.
Oh, yeah, that's awful. I can't imagine. I think like the worst of my PMDD, I've been single, not talking to anyone, but I can't imagine like being in a relationship and really close to someone and like having to deal with, because like you are ultra, like a good friend, you're not ultra responsible for their emotional health. You're not a mom, you're not a parent, you're not like a caretaker. But in a relationship, that is the first time that a human being that's the same age and, power as you, that you are responsible for the mental health because that
Yeah.
of the person
Well,
that they
and
are
then
when you're with them.
it sucks too because like they want to help, like, and obviously not
Yeah.
everyone's the same, but like my ex, he was super like, when I was on my period, he was like, oh, okay, like, what is there anything I can do, blah, blah, blah.
Like,
He
get away
wants to
from me, get
help,
away
and
from
I'm like, I want to kill you. I want to put you
Yeah,
down.
get away from me. Like, I don't want you
You know
to
how
speak
you
to
can
me.
help? End it. Like,
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't know what to do. And like, the nicer they are, the more I'm angry. What does that
yes,
mean, bro?
the more it pisses me off.
And like, that is what's unfair to them because you
Like,
don't. No
usually
one
it's not
trains you
bad
what to
because
do in
I
that
focus it at
situation.
myself. Like, I hate myself, but every now and
Yeah.
then it's other people, and I'm like, I need no one to interact with me or I will get criminal.
Yeah, there's no peace even for when they leave, because when they leave, I'm like, how fucking dare you leave me in this state? I'm like, that's so unfair
Yeah, no,
to
there's no
them.
winning.
I'm like, get the fuck away from me, and they're like, okay. And then they leave, I'm like, I'm gonna kill myself, and I'm gonna put your name in my suicide
No,
note.
literally. And then 2 days go by and you're like, oh, that was silly.
How does that
So
make
that
you
was so
feel
weird of me.
walking away from me in this one moment that I told you to walk away in because I'm in a
Yeah,
very emotionally
that I
unstable
told
state?
you to leave
How
and you said,
that'll show
no, I
you.
would never. And I said, no, you must. And then, how dare you actually do
How
it
dare you?
after we fought for an hour over you leaving.
I
and me
feel like the
telling you have to.
stereotype of like crazy ex-girlfriends portrayed in media, like that we would grow up with, like the crazy girlfriends. I've never become that, and now I feel like I understand them. Are they all PMD? Are they all PMD?
They all just have
Is that what's
borderline and
happening?
PMDD. That's
All
it.
them crazy like racial stereotype characters in cartoons and movies. Crazy Latina girlfriend, crazy black girlfriend, crazy white girlfriend. Like, I'm like, they must be on their period, and not even in like a misogynistic way. That's just what's going on. Like, oh my god, it's just changing my outlook on everything and myself. And I'm literally like, Jordy, this is the first time I've ever talked to another girl about this. I'm so fucking
No,
relieved. I don't know
literally, the
why,
only other
but-
person I've talked to about this is my doctor.
Yeah, and I like, oh my god, my doctor. She looks at me like, I mean, she's got this look of pity on her face. At least she's a woman, but like, I don't want pity. I want a face of a girl that's like, exactly. I want that face.
Yeah, literally. I want someone to be like,
oh,
yes,
honey.
and also this shitty thing.
Don't
Yeah,
be
and I also-
professional. Be real.
Yeah, be real. Like, say, oh my god, yes. Like, I want to
No,
hear
literally.
that.
want a
Because,
yes
like,
queen.
essentially, doctors also look at you like when you dare to say something that you're sure of. They look at you like give you this concern. Like, I don't think you actually know that type of look.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it. Like, you say,
It's
I know it's
condescending.
definitely not this. It is. You say, I know it's definitely not this because, and then they look at you and they're like, well,
Do you know
let's
that?
not rule anything out
Who's the
because
doctor?
a lot of studies show this, and it's if you are hormonal. Oh my god, the worst feeling is when like someone uses logic about your state being irrational, and they say that that's making you irrational when you're being rational when you're irrational because I'm gonna throw out. I'm gonna throw out. I'm gonna crash out.
I think I know what you mean.
Yeah, it's hard to explain because like when you know you're being right, but you know you're not saying it right, and you're being
Yeah.
irrational over something that's a rational thought in a different
When
world,
you're
but not the way you're
irrationally
expressing it.
rationalizing, if you will.
Yeah, and then someone tells you you're being irrational, like, oh,
Like, well, I
Oh.
know, but not right now.
yeah. I'm like, the sky is blue, don't you see? And then I just start like making up different reasons about why the sky is blue, but the reasons are fake, but the conclusion is true. So, I
My
don't
formula
know.
may not be correct, but my conclusion is.
Yeah, the formula. Oh my god. Man, okay. My throat. I feel like I haven't had voice
Yeah,
cracks.
rest your
since
voice,
puberty.
gorgeous.
I didn't even have voice cracks during puberty, but apparently I think you just need to. You should have heard me like 2 days ago. I sound like JoJo Siwa. I sound like dream guest on my podcast. Now I just sound like her, but like nasally. Oh god. I dream for like the sexy raspy voice though. I'll never be there. I either sound like I'm dying
You gotta pull
Or-
Alex, just pull along that morning voice.
Jesus. Just
Yeah,
drag that-
milk
just
it
drag
of
the
all of
shit.
its fucking words.
Drag the shit out of that morning voice.
It's
Just
like, I'm
take
taking this
consistent naps so you're always
taking this
just
shit
waking
all
up.
the way to the fucking
Sorry, this
end.
is my morning voice.
You sound like you're getting a Ford
Yes,
commercial.
copy.
Brr.
Morning.
That's how it feels to drive a Ford.
That's a Ford F-150.
That's how it feels to have a dick in your ass.
Ever
You ever
been
get
beaten
confused
by a
with your
wet
twin
spaghetti
sister and
noodle?
accidentally fuck her dad?
Have you ever been beaten by a wet spaghetti noodle by your
Wet
girlfriend because she
spaghetti
has a
noodle,
twin
yeah, I
sister? And that's a full meme. You only got the second half. of it.
Yeah, I know.
A wet
That's
spaghetti
I used the
noodle by your
punchline.
That's the
girlfriend because
intro.
she has a twin sister and you got confused and fucked her dad. That's how it feels to drive a Ford F-150. Ford.
Built for tough.
You know what? It's just random ramble, but a lot of Canadian commercials back then, like the early 2000s, are fucking crazy. Like,
Were
what's this?
they?
Yeah, it's like there's a one commercial I remember. It's like, what's this? It's a rape whistle, and then just everyone's just completely fucking silent the entire commercial. It's just kind of unnerving. How the hell did Jordy kill herself? What the fuck?
Wait, what?
How did you
It's-
kill?
You could just.
Oh, she probably
listen to
set herself
that.
on fire. Oh,
Oh,
no,
the interact thing. Okay. I
Yeah.
see.
Oh.
I mean, old Aussie commercials as well. But
I
there's
just
a
like the
there's
House
famous
Hippo
ones,
commercials.
too.
That's all I want. Bring back House
You're
Hippo
the one that was
commercials.
like, I'm Emma, I'm and I'm Jones to you. Hi, my name's Katrina, and my name's I'm Sarah, I'm Emma, and I'm Jones
And I'm
to you.
Joe
That
to
guy.
you.
Yeah, that's Australian. I don't think that was I think that was an intro to something.
And my name is Hareen. I'm Emma.
Emma sounds excited. Damn. But Australia gave so many pop culture stuff, and people don't even. We gave the Wiggles. I didn't even know that we created the Wiggles. I thought they were like.
Yeah.
I thought they were
A lot
everywhere.
of
I
people
mean, they are
think
everywhere, but.
that what's it called was what's it called, Teletubbies was American. They were not.
Teletubbies.
They're Australian too.
They are Australian. Yep.
Teletubbies. I used to have the blanket for Teletubbies.
I was
would.
such a Teletubby fan.
You would? What the fuck does that mean?
What does that mean?
You would.
It's like I know everything about you, you dumb shit.
Jesus. Bro, this Tracer just basically fucked my face. God, Jesus.
Hey, God, Jesus. Oh shit.
Good Jesus. Jesus.
I have the random urge to watch Gumball.
Yeah.
I just want to see the blue cat. I want to see the blue cat doing funny things.
And it's also Fairy Tale Want a Blue Cat.
I still will never
Fairy tale.
forget the fact
That's
that
crazy that you say that because you start first. I talked too much earlier.
You're good. I was just gonna mention the voice actor for Gumball just slapping the fuck out of Dream. Found fucking.
Okay. Well, I don't like to associate, those things. I try to separate Minecraft YouTube. Oh, that gen of Minecraft YouTubers. Minecraft YouTubers are awesome. I'm never gonna ruin that for myself. That type of Minecraft YouTuber, I'm never gonna associate with Gumball. But what I was gonna say was, that's crazy that you say that, because I literally just started watching Fairy Tale, and I've watched about 50 episodes in the past couple days. Like, it's the first time I've rewatched. It's my favorite anime. It's the first anime I've ever watched. It's not amazing, but it's my favorite, like, for a personal bias
It's your
thing.
comfort.
And I just got my mom to watch it, and she's up to like episode 41, and yeah, so I was literally thinking about Happy, little blue cat.
I need to finish fucking Fairy Tale. I stopped watching it. It was like, I remember the episode was like,
I don't know. I don't know where I ended off. That's the thing. I have memories from episodes I don't even think I've ever watched, but then I have like, I don't remember the seat. So I'm catching up. If you remember, no, don't even. You know what? I'm not. I don't care. I don't care. Because I've gotten spoiled so many times. And you know what's crazy? At the end of every episode, Natsu and Happy talk, and they spoil the next episode. So every time that happens, I
Yeah.
race to skip it. It's
Yeah,
so
it's like,
annoying.
what happened next in episode of Fairy Tale? This happened in this next episode
Yeah,
of Fairy
yeah.
Tale.
It's like, you really beat him up, Natsu. It's like, shh, I'm not gonna do that yet. I'm like, yeah, you're not gonna. You haven't done it yet. What do you mean?
Like, shut the fuck up. Stop spoiling it.
Check in
Yeah,
in the next episode of Fairy Tale.
Like, shut up. Oh my god, I hate you. Dumb cat, you spoiled everything. Oh, and the intro of like.
Damien, I'm
when,
gonna fuck you up.
This Batiste already is.
You've seen the season with Loxus, right? Like with Mystigan. When Loxus, the lightning blonde guy that's voiced by Endeavor, like forces Fairy Tail to fight itself.
I think so. Like I said, it's been a while. The last episode, I remember like Natsu's wearing a cat mask. That's all I remember.
Oh, okay. Then I thought you were ahead of me. No, yeah, you're not there. I'm not gonna say that because that's a major spoiler. But yeah,
and-
the spoiler
yeah.
of the third intro, like there's just one scene where it just completely spoils the reveal of a character. So if you see an intro that has Gudgeal and a blonde lightning dude in it, skip it. Okay, skip it. Only
Okay.
watch it after Mystigan
Blonde lightning
has
dude
revealed
intro.
who he is.
Skip.
Yeah, skip it. Skip it every time. And like also my mom like has this thing in the beginning of every like Fairy Tale episode. Natsu goes like, "Hey guys, ready for some more Fairy Tale? When you're watching, remember to turn the lights off in the room and don't stand too close to the TV." And then every time my mom turns the lights off, she goes, "Fuck you, Natsu," and just switches the lamp off.
It's some
Which is
like real
like-
4 kids like dub kind of shit.
The dub is awesome. I love it. I love all the voice
No, I'm
actors
not
in
saying
the
it's
dub.
bad, but it's like it reminds me of like 4 kids TV shit. You know?
Yeah,
Like
I mean,
the-
because
like the
it was
over-censor
streaming on
kinda
every
shit.
service at the time.
Jesus.
They,
Oh,
they,
The
the-
differences between the original Yu-Gi-Oh animation versus the 4Kids animation.
Oh yeah.
That shit.
Well, even
Oh
the
yeah.
difference
you
between the
remember
Hunter
that.
Hunters.
well even just
Oh,
the anime
yeah.
and the manga for Yu-Gi-Oh is kind of crazy too.
Oh yeah, no, the manga was so much more like uncensored. Like even the card designs, I mean, they had to be changed before they became onto
Yeah.
circulation.
The difference between the Hunter Hunters, the Orin High School Host Club, the Fruits Baskets, because of the remakes, are insane. I'm
My
like,
little
they're gonna
sister
make a new
loves
Tokyo.
Host Club.
Freaking love
Yeah,
on
it's
Host
a-
Club.
It's
Honey
cute.
Senpai.
My
You
mom.
know-
Who's your favorite? Who's your favorite?
Honey Senpai.
I
Anisha, but he's adorable. He might be my. I think my mom's
Yes.
favorite is either him or Mori.
Mori Senpai. Yeah, I like Mori.
Yeah.
Hey Dante.
My favorite is Kyoe. Yeah. It's always
Hello,
been Kyoe.
D. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing okay. It's just we're just venting and aim training. That's it.
Valid.
So I love aim training
enough.
for the quick play games that I'm not gonna play.
Valid.
Yeah, my throat is like not anymore, so I'm gonna leave. But
Okay.
It was
was
great to
great.
bitch to you about fucking
it
hormones.
was
That
so
was so
great,
hot and
honestly.
sexy.
That was so validating. Like I can't even
No,
pretend.
literally.
So yeah, every time I feel like I'm overstepping a line and explaining that stuff, I don't care. Any person is gonna listen to it if I'm talking about it, because I know that like everyone
Well,
else, someone
if
else in
they're
my
your
life
friends,
has it.
they care. And also, yeah, you're not alone.
Yeah, exactly. That's so cringy, but I've never thought it'd be an experience where that means something to me, but it does. Anyway,
And if they
Okay.
aren't receptive, sick me on them
power
like a
of
fucking
friendship.
dog, bruh.
And this gun I found.
same here. And
Real.
if you need to talk about that or complain about it, just text me and I'll listen.
Yeah, same too. I'll text you
Alright.
after the fact though, so we don't be.
See, aren't you glad that I
Yes,
made you
like-
majority?
Honestly, I don't think I could ever be with another girl in PMDD. I feel like if I was experiencing
that's
that, at the
real.
BD I feel like I'd just be like, fuck you, you understand what I'm dealing with, I don't care.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Interesting.
Scratching my throat.
That's how my throat feels right now.
Alright, bye bye.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
I'll get you those clips
See you
soon.
next-
Send me
Bye,
the
man.
clips. Bye bye.
I got you.
Good night, gorgeous.
Hey, bro, monkey.
Monkey.
The monkey. The monkey man. Mr. Monkey.
So Damien, what does a girl have to do to drag the rest of us in a quick play?
Oh, Alright, hold up.
What
Let me get
happened?
you two. Let me try to get you two into the group, and then we could do some 6v6 group play, I
I would
guess.
love that.
Yay, I would love to join. Hooray.
Why not?
Quick play is so fun. We love Overwatch.
I'm already done with comp. I got the full title. I'm happy.
I haven't
Where
done
do I know
comp.
this name from?
I have not done comp in a fucking while.
Yeah.
I just
Everyone I
did it for
used
the
to queue
title.
with, I don't
haven't
play with
pl-
anymore, so.
Valid. I haven't played comp in a while. I just did it for the title.
How long is this gonna take?
I mean, fair enough. I
You
don't
guys
care
are
about
good-
the drives. It'd be different if it was like something you could keep and equip after the fact, but because it's not, I don't
Yeah.
really give a shit.
Yeah.
Did you guys get it?
Oh yeah, I got it
But
fully. You can see it. Nice and
Okay,
shiny.
so this is
Fuck.
cute.
Let me try to again.
Golly, it's gonna take an hour, bro.
Yeah,
Well, it's
it's
gonna
lost
take an
day
hour.
too.
The uploads for all the clips.
Oh.
What clips?
I would probably let her know that so she knows you're working on it.
You know what? I'm actually gonna do a fucking a favor for her. I'm gonna transfer some of these over to my laptop and then upload them from there.
Fuck, you
Because
guys
if
are still not getting it, huh? The invites?
You gotta do that through Xbox, bro. I think.
I can't even invite you, none of you two, through Xbox. It's weird.
Golly, that